With so many streaming services, it's really easy for kids nowadays to watch whatever they wanted. When I was a kid, I never had the opportunity to sit back and watch whatever was trending on YouTube. No, I would come back home from school and watch Ellen DeGeneres, but that's because I didn't have cable. Besides that, I did watch a few other shows growing up. So here's my top 5 shows growing up. Starting off the list, we have Dinosaur Train. Dinosaur Train first aired on September 7th, 2011, with its final episode airing June 15th of 2020. Dinosaur Train is incredible for a few reasons. The first one being it's about dinosaurs and frickin' trains. Growing up, though, I think this was the first time I really was exposed to the world of adoption. The show's main character, Buddy, who's a T-Rex, is adopted by a family of Pitinar,
Pteranodon.
I just think it's really cool how this was included, and hence why I believe the show was great. Um, but also, it taught kids or a young audience different lessons throughout the episodes. The show would also teach about a new dinosaur at the end of every episode. Do I remember any of the information? No. But sometimes it's about the effort the creator puts in the show rather than the show sometimes, if that makes sense. Wildcats is another PBS show that aired January 11th of 2011 with its final season happening sometime this year, 2025. The show was focused on two brothers, Chris and Martin Kratt, two animal-loving brothers with devices that help them turn into any animal and inherit the same abilities as that animal. The show was basically just furries. The brothers taught the audience different lifestyles and habitats of a variety of animals in a fun way with animated action-packed sequences while saving animals from villains in the show, who all each had different motives that would affect wildlife. With Zach Tech using animals for his own experience and machinery, Danita Danana using animals for fashion, clothing, Gaston Gourmand who decided to cook animals, and Paisley Paver who attempted to remove the wildlife in order to take the land. Honestly, this show was a great introduction in how we as society often take wildlife for granted, and unfortunately now we are paying for that more than ever with animals becoming extinct and becoming endangered. Yo Gabba Gabba, even if you didn't watch Yo Gabba Gabba as a kid, you probably have seen them sometime in your life, especially with their random occurrence at Coachella. The show really is just more nostalgic to me. I mean, I remember having the toys and the music box as a kid, and I know half the songs word by word, but that's whatever. Besides that, though, the show did offer a lot of great lessons that might seem silly for us, but for a 5-year-old, it would blow their mind. Like, what do you mean I can't bite my friend? That's how I show my affection. I don't know. The show always grabbed my attention, and it may be because of how unique the characters were with different themes, or maybe it was just the colorful setting they were always in. Chavo del Ocho. If you grew up in a Hispanic household, you 100% knew about this show. The show was a comedy that aired February 26, 1973, with its final episode airing January 7th, 1980. The whole plot of the show was based around an orphan child named Chavo and his small daily shenanigans with the residents in the apartment complex near him. The show didn't really teach me any lessons that I remember. It's more nostalgic to me, because I watched it with my mom growing up. However, I do remember this show teaching me a lot of Spanish. English was my first language, and with my mom learning English, shows like El Chavo made understanding Spanish easier with the way the characters spoke depending on their emotions, whether they were angry, happy, or sad. This show holds a special place in my heart due to that nostalgic feeling, and with this new documentary series coming out on Max this June, I'm excited to see behind the camera. Before talking about the last show that I want to talk about, I want to give a special mention to the Wiggles. The Wiggles are still pretty big even after more than a decade. I remember seeing the Wiggle themed area at my Six Flags when I was however old. You know how freaking cool that was? I really wish they kept it or at least bring it back, but besides that, the Wiggles just brought joy. Except for that one puppet scene that traumatized me as a kid. I won't forgive them for that. There's not much I want to say about the Wiggles other than I thought how cool they are. I still think they're pretty cool too, and I just wanted them to be somewhere on this list. I didn't want to exclude them. No. But coming to our final show, as weird as it may seem, Joey Graceffa's Escape at Night was actually a really good show, or at least a concept of a show in my opinion. It also came out during a new era of YouTube when YouTube decided to introduce YouTube Originals. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of YouTube Originals because why I'd have to pay to watch something by a YouTuber that I was already watching for free. I didn't even pay to watch Escape at Night. I used other sources. If you don't know what Escape at Night is, basically the plot of the show was Joey Graceffa invited 10 of his YouTuber friends for a 1900 type of dinner, where plot twist, They ended up becoming trapped and are forced to play games in order to stay alive, with one guest dying every episode. The show had 4 seasons with 10 episodes each, so basically 10 of your favorite YouTubers died every season. I think the show was beyond its time. I think if the show was made now, or remade now with current big YouTubers or even streamers, it would get a lot of attention. Don't get me wrong, even when the Skip Night was coming out with new episodes, each episode did have a variety of big YouTubers like Liza Koshy, Matt Bat from Game Theory, and Alex Wasabi. But I won't be opposed to seeing Queso and Ludwig fight each other to stay alive. There have been many TV shows I've watched growing up. This was a small handful that I could remember that I weirdly enjoyed watching when I was younger. There really isn't any point to the video. I work a full-time job, and within those hours, my mind kind of like wanders. I just thought it'd be cool to make a video ranking different TV shows that I've watched, if that makes sense. But if you stayed until the end of the video, thank you. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more upcoming videos.